Yeah.
But this question just popped into my head. And if you had, say, a 5-minute slot to be able to go onto a mainstream outlet right now and talk about Bitcoin, what angle would you take to make use of those 5 minutes?
If it was an American news outlet, I would focus on how the American dream feels so out of reach, especially for young people and working families who have done everything right. They have played by the rules, they've gotten the right degrees, and they feel so far behind. And the system, especially over the last 2 decades, where we suppressed interest rates and we bailed out risky balance sheets that essentially, took a few chances that didn't pan out, right? And then it was left to the taxpayer to pay that tab. I think that we have created a system where people resent capitalism because they don't even understand what capitalism is. They think that we had it, but we haven't. It's not capitalism to bail out the banks and to essentially socialize the losses, privatize the gains for the people at the top, and then socialize the losses for everything else. We have created a system that really protects the incumbents and protects the wealthy institutions at the expense of the average worker. And paychecks end up lagging while asset prices soar, and you create this massive chasm in terms of wealth and prosperity and capital accumulation. And so I believe that Bitcoin serves as this incredible tool of empowerment because it gives the average person the ability to finally accumulate capital that can't be debased, capital that can't be inflated, capital that can't be manipulated, and capital that doesn't offer a special advantage to those who are wealthy and incumbent and already at the top. It offers you a seat at the table without having to ask for permission. And I think that that's what will allow people to start to save for the future again. I know it's volatile in the short term. I know that scares people away, but when you zoom out and you see how it has outperformed other asset classes and traditional wealth instruments like real estate, for example, and you don't have to worry about some of the properties that make other asset classes not as appealing to own, like maintenance costs and insurance costs and taxes and all of the and regulatory barriers. I mean, Bitcoin makes things so simple when it comes to actually saving for the future, and to be able to empower every single person with being able to accumulate just little bits of capital at a time, digital, pristine capital. I think that will make the most meaningful dent in making the American dream feel within reach again. Because the system right now, I mean, we've gone so far into debt. We have to keep printing, and that printing means that the average person gets diluted. So help people, the average person, access a form of capital that can never be debased, that a man cannot print out of thin air. And that's what brings so much hope to me for the message of Bitcoin.
What an answer that was. That was amazing. That was and one, I hope that someday that 5-minute slot is opened and we can get that.
I'll have to rehearse it well.
I mean, you didn't rehearse that. That was better than I could have ever done. Do you think it's more important to talk to